Hello everybody, Artifact Moral Talk here. Back at it again with another top 5 budget list following the new format. And basically, as you already know, every time a new YCS takes place, or a new ban list comes out, or a new set comes out, or we're entering a certain time of the year where the ban list season's on the verge of coming up and you want to play a budget deck without having to worry about your deck hitting the list, this is usually when I come to save the day, considering that most people's budget options usually really aren't on point as to what you actually need in the game. Like, a lot of people think that heroes have the chance to be the best budget deck of all time. Sometimes I feel that I see a lot of people with this mentality that heroes legit have a chance, and in reality they don't. I mean, D-Barrier is still a thing, Strike's still a thing, Kaijus are still a thing. They can just literally Kaiju over your Dark Wall. If Kaijus weren't able to go over monsters in the extra monster zone, then maybe, but no. It's just not happening. So for the number 5 spot, as always, we have dinosaurs. Here's simply for the fact that Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is absolutely fucking bonkers. And if you can manage to get yourself the diagrams, gas blossoms, the drone locks, and the kaijus, you're going to be able to have a very consistent combo-based deck and hand trap deck. Yeah, if you can't afford the True King variant, it's okay. Because a lot of us can't afford diagrams right now. I mean, look at the price of diagram. It's around the 40s and 50s right now on a lot of online sites. So generally, this is something you may want to. Some other variants that you can play are Shadow Dinos and Dino Rabbit, or you could just go for the pure Dino deck. Pardon me. So yeah, Shadow Dinosaur is starting to get some popular rogue representation, and Dino as itself is starting to become a meta deck again, like it was before. Back before Miscellaneous Sources went to 1, Denlong got banned, and True King Lithosagem got banned. Before those cards got hit, Dinosaur was perhaps the 3rd best deck in the game. Number 2 being Draco, being right behind Zodiac, which was the best deck for God remembers how many months. So yeah, if you're looking for a very combo-licious budget option, I think this might be the thing for you. Simply for the fact that dinosaurs are very combo-licious. They summon really powerful boss monsters with really high attack. I mean, Ultimate Conductor Tyranno is like a BLS, where you just banish 2 dinosaurs for a freaking 3500 beat stick that can bust through an opponent's entire board. I mean, it doesn't get any more broken than that, if you really think about it. And so yeah, it's definitely a thing. So yeah, check out dinosaurs. On to the next one. Now, you guys knowing how much I enjoy anti-meta decks probably already knew this one was going to be on the list. However, I can't put it at number 3 or number 2 or number 1 anymore. Simply because Draco is starting to get representation again. If you go against Draco, you're going to lose. If you go against anything else, you're going to win unless the Trickstar Reincarnation combo gets done on you. So Trickstars and Dracos are your auto losses, but if you're going against a bunch of Pendulum Magicians, it's an auto win. Or Dinosaurs auto win. They have no outs. It's it. They're done. It's a very straightforward and simple deck, if you want me to be honest with you. So yeah. Check out barrier statues. I believe that there really isn't much to be said about barrier statues. They already have explained themselves over time as for how good of an anti-meta deck and how prevalent they are to the meta scene. So on to the next one. The next deck I have to put on my list at the number 3 spot, ABCs. ABCs are definitely still a really good viable rogue deck. I don't know why it's not seeing representation in the top cut after following day 1 of YCS Atlanta. Maybe there are just not a lot of ABC players. Maybe some of them may have had unlucky hands, but this is definitely a great deck. if you're looking for something that you can play on a budget on the competitive level, pick up some Ghost Ogres, pick up some Effect Veilers, and if you have to draw unlock a ring and you just don't want to pay for Ash Blossom, just throw those hand traps in here and you can have a decent deck. And if you can afford the Draco engine, then you're gonna have this deck at its prime. Okay? Because they're just like, check out Team Kid of Games invoked ABC Draco deck profile. He went X3 with it at the regionals, but he still did very well. I think his list is very well put together and sums up what the deck is supposed to be in one fell swoop. His lists are usually very accurate. And I mean, ABC Draco is definitely one of those things that people will never expect. But the only problem with this deck is the fact that Winter Cherries and System Down are still prevalent threats to his deck that shut it out immediately. Which is why a lot of people have been mixing it up with the Draco engine lately, because if you Winter Cherries the Dragon Buster, Masterpiece is still a thing. In that scenario, you just side Kaijus and you'll be able to have a much easier time. But in that scenario, Masterpiece and ABC Dragon Buster are both equally prevalent threats. And the Kaiju's only going to clear one of them, so you better have those Lava Golems ready. And the Destrudo combos are still very popular with, dumping Destrudo with the Almighty Dragon Ravine, and then things like that. So yeah, ABCs is just one of those decks that you should give a shot. I didn't put it on my list the last time because I just completely forgot about it myself. And after seeing the 3 Stacks, aka Team King of Games, deck profile of ABC is getting 65th at, I think, a 300 plus man regionals. Even I forgot ABC was a thing and was really good. So yeah, you guys should really give ABC a chance if you are willing to pick up the structure decks and play it. Again, you have to worry about D-Barrier, Winter Cherries on the ABC Dragon Buster System Down. But these are general problems that you're going to have playing the deck anyway. So it doesn't even matter. Inspector Border is also going to be a huge prevalent anti-meta threat. As we go more and more into the game, I have to pick up some Inspector Borders for myself. Well. So yeah. Also, Imperial Iron Wall is a great threat. It stops evenly matched and it shuts this deck down. For the simple fact, this deck will never be able to make Dragon Buster ever again. So, on to number 2. Surprisingly to you guys, this deck is not a number 1. But I did some evaluation, and there's only one deck that I could play right now that I would consider more viable than Herald. For the simple reason that Draco is around, but if Draco disappears, then Herald will become number 1 again. Herald inherently has a bad matchup with Draco in the first place. Plus, D-Barrier is also a thing. Ash Blossom on the, what was it again? The pre-prep is also a thing. But you can solve all these problems by playing Insta Ramens, aka Instant Fusions, with two Abyss Dwellers in the extra deck and some level 4s. And just make Herald an Abyss Dweller every game against Draco so you all win. You can also solve the hand trap problem with playing Gammas in your main deck, like 3 Stacks did with his Herald list. So yeah, it's quite easy to solve the hand trap problem. It's a very consistent deck. Although it's a little bit more towards the expensive side to complete a deck like this, you should definitely give it a shot, because even though it's more towards the $120, $150 mark, it's still a great deck nonetheless. Yes, and again, it just negates everything. It can rip through Pendulum Magician and Trickstars without even having to hesitate on how to say ripperonis to the opponent. It can rip through anything, except Draco, because Masterpiece is still a problem. So yeah, simply stated, Herald is just a thing. You should play it. On to my number 1. If this deck has improved in itself as of late, with the new list Hidden Spiral, and the fact that you can play Monarch's Erupt, and the 2s or the 3s in this deck, and just side entirely for evenly matched and or Draco, and for Goid second, I don't know how it's going to prove itself to you. If Vanity's Fiend plus Majesty's Fiend is not good to you, then I don't know what'll be good to you. Because Vanity's Fiend and Majesty's Fiend are still 2 of the most broken lockdown monsters in the history of this game. Like, I don't know what more you want out of the deck. If you build it correctly, I have to shout out my Team Table 501 YouTube channel. I think Team Table 500 or 501, something like that. Check him out. He has a really amazing Monarch deck profile up right now. And the thing is, if you're like really, really dirt poor, Monarchs are perfect for you right now because it's so easy, it's so affordable. Like, you don't even have to spend that much on it. It's not even going to be $100. It'll be barely touching 80 if you want to build a really good side deck. Again, Vanity's Fiend and Majesty's Fiend are still great threats. Domain of the Monarch still ends games against Pendulums, or ABC, or any deck that relies on the extra deck at all. Any deck that relies on the extra deck, Domain by itself automatically shuts out. And now that Spiral resorts at 1, you'll have a much easier time piloting this deck against Spiral should they still happen to pop up again at the next YCS, and Spiral gets hyped for no goddamn reason. When in reality, that deck is not even that great anymore after the new list. If you see Spiral players at your local trying to keep the deck alive, then the only thing you have to worry about is Spiral Tough, and you counter it out with Monarch's Erupt. It really is just straightforward simple. You worry about True Draco, Side and Dark Smirror. I think that's how you pronounce that bird's name. You decide that and you summon it from your deck with Aether. And your opponent will never be able to set cards. And I play Draco, and I guarantee you, Draco will have a hard time outing something like that. I mean, it's just really hard to go against something that prevents when your deck does nothing but set cards on the field. It prohibits you from setting cards at all in the first place. It's hard to beat something that powerful, and that's designed to be stronger than your own deck. It's just hard. And again, you side that in against Monarchs, it's an auto. Against Draco, it's an auto win, going first or second. And your deck, the main deck itself, is an auto win no matter what the hell you're going against. You can. And if you're afraid of purple poison, just side in some anti-spell fragrances. Or just play Majesty's Fiend in the main, you know? Or if you really want to clean out your opponent's extra deck of Electromites, just play Mega Zaborg in the main. Just send all the Electromites to the graveyard and they won't be able to use them ever again. So Monarchs is just so prevalent right now and it's so cheap to play. I'll probably be piloting Monarchs as entirely a budget deck at the next time I go to locals, just because, you know, it's a thing. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this top 5 budget list. Please stay warm, stay happy, keep playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Competitively on the budget, and stay strong. Peace.